everybody, welcome back to Kinfolk Farm. My name is Shane. We're out here feeding the quail today. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our chickens, our turkeys, just our birds in general. Okay everybody, what I want to talk to you today about is what to do with your dead birds. Found a dead quail in my pen. Actually, not really. What I want to talk to you about is how to protect your birds. Today's video is going to be a trapping video. It's going to take me a few days to make this video, but it's something I absolutely love doing. I've been trapping for forever. I love trapping. I think it's a great conservation tool. It's a great way to protect your chickens. We do it every fall and winter, and I'll tell you why. In the fall and winter, these raccoons and possums, that's basically what we're going to be trapping for on today's video, is raccoons and possums, for the fact the traps we use to catch coyotes and foxes and stuff may catch our cat, and we can't have that. So we're just going to use some regular cage traps, but the main reason we trap is for raccoons and possums, because they are just devastating. They can get in your chicken coop and just wipe out your whole flock. They can wipe out all our quail, and they're relentless. They come back night after night after night. So I think it's an essential tool to keep these predators beat back. And in the fall and winter, we should be trapping now, for the fact that they're putting on body weight to try to get through the winter. To try to get through this hard winter that's coming up. So they really, they get a little, I guess, courageous. They take a lot more chances than what they normally do. And in the spring as well. Now, we don't do a lot of trapping in the spring, for the fact they're having their babies, and that's a really tough time, for the fact that they've had their babies and they get a lot more courageous in the spring. But we're going to get out here and do some trapping. I'll show you guys what we use for bait, and I'll talk a little more about why we do it. But stick around, let's go set some traps. Let's see. Okay, in the state of Georgia, you are allowed to trap if you're protecting your livestock, in which case that's what we're doing. Our chickens, I don't know if y'all can see that, but our quail pens are right there. The chicken pen, we got all our birds there. We run our meat birds all through here. So this is basically our little pasture in the front yard. There's our house where we keep all our birds. And just, let me show you right here. And just right here is all the woods, okay? All them animals are coming from there. And one great place to catch them is we have a fence line that runs way down through there, and it's some kind of cage type fence, but they can't get up there. I guess they can if they do, but right here is just a perfect spot. It's open underneath all the way down. This is just a wire fence, so they love to just creep around this corner. We catch a ton right here. All right, what I'm gonna do with this quail, I'm not just gonna chunk it in the woods and give it right back to them for free. I'm gonna actually use it for bait. We'll set it in the very back of the trap. It's real simple. It's got a little trigger system right here. When they walk in, they step on the pan and it'll catch them. Another little trick that we use. Great bait that we use is just dog food and old bacon grease. They love it. It works fantastic. Everything loves bacon, right? One of the main reasons we trap is to protect our birds. Trapping is a great conservation tool to help beat these animals back. For the simple fact they can get out of control. If you don't have any predator control, they can really get out of control. You can have too many raccoons, too many possums. If that number's beat back, they'll stay in the woods, find enough food for themselves, and really won't come up bothering your chickens. But when it gets so overpopulated that they can't get out and find enough food, they venture out further. And of course, the smell of the chicken coop, that don't help. But they get a little more courageous. They just get, you know, your belly gets to churning, you get a little more courageous. But it's an essential tool to use to help beat back our raccoons and possum population. Okay guys, we're not really that far back here in the woods. The trap's just right there, the chicken pen and all, and we just sort of moved maybe 100 yards, 70 yards out further. But we have 18 acres, and what I like to do is set a whole bunch of traps in one area and then move them about every week. Pick them up, move them, and work our way around the whole property and just really try to catch as many as we can. In this spot, I got a little tree laid down, so I just use it as sort of like a little runner. They come up and they'll just sort of trail right in. But I also put a little bait on the ground too to sort of sweeten it up. Well, right now we're only going to put out 2 traps for the fact I got to go to work. I got a couple of more I'd like to set. We may put them out tomorrow. Like I say, we'll check these things when I get home tomorrow and see what we got. I know this is kind of one of those controversial videos, and I wonder a lot of times if it's just one of the things that people don't talk about, because I don't have any problem with it whatsoever. I think trapping is a great tool to have on your homestead. If anything, just get some cage traps. They're super cheap. You can get them at Tractor Supply, order them online. We found them at yard sales, you know, $5. But I just think it's one of those great tools that you should use on your homestead to help protect your birds. I see so many YouTube videos of people losing their birds to predators. Something got in the pen and ate our birds, and the first thing popped in your head, raccoon or possum. But since we started doing this, we don't hardly lose any birds. If we do, it's to a hawk, for the fact we free range our birds, and that's, you know, that's the thing we choose to do. But we don't hardly lose any birds anymore. When we first moved here, when we first moved here, the people that owned the house before us, they didn't do any management whatsoever. And we could set 3 traps and catch 3 possums or raccoons almost daily. And they were getting in our chicken pens and just wiping us out. We could not catch them fast enough. But now that we got it under control, we don't have any problems. And honestly, we don't catch hardly any. And people may say, wow, that's horrible. You know, you done killed all your raccoons. Well, look, I got to protect my birds. And if a raccoon wants to stay in the woods, great. We basically trap right around our pen to keep everything under check, at bay. We don't get way off and try to catch things way out that's not really going to bother our birds. We basically, I mean, my traps are right there, and right there the chicken coop is right there. So we don't venture way off and try to catch things just to catch things. We are just trying to keep all these animals under control, for the simple fact they're trying to put on that body weight, and they're doing what a raccoon and possum does, and that's try to fill their bellies. And if it's an easy score to get in the chicken pen, that's what they're supposed to do. But it's our job to protect the chickens, so stick around. We're protecting chickens. We're going to do some trapping. I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope we catch a few. Well, hello everybody. It's the next day, and there's the chicken pen. And I don't know if y'all can see where the little movable pen is. I can already see we got something in the first trap. I need to get out here and do some armadillo hunting. Look at these holes. They're just everywhere. I mean, they're just, look at that. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but I got an armadillo out here tearing everything up. Like I said, my theory is everything's getting ready for winter, and they're just gorging and gorging, trying to get ready for the winter, trying to put on some fat. But we got one little creature in the first trap. All right. Got us a possum. You ain't gonna believe it. I can see the second trap. Let's go see what we got in it. Oh, big old hole. Look at that. Armadillo hole. You guys that don't have armadillos, consider yourself lucky. That hole could go 3 or 4 feet underground, and I mean, they're everywhere. They'll start a hole and dig them everywhere. You could be out here walking and step in a hole. If you have horses, cows, any big animals, oh my gosh, they'll dig in the middle of the pasture and dig in big holes. Like I say, I think it's great that we have predator control. Our armadillos, we'll go out and actually hunt them at night. Me and my nephew, y'all met my nephew before. We'll go out at night and hunt those guys just to try to thin them out. When we were here the first year, oh my gosh, there was so many armadillos, we couldn't believe it. And look what we got in the second trap. So there it is. Predator control. We do this every fall, every winter. And I'm not saying you guys have to do it, but if one of these guys get in your chicken pen, quail pen, your poor little ducks, they will just wipe them out. So this is what we do all fall and all winter. We will keep trying to catch as many as we can. We're not out here trying to kill them all, but we're definitely trying to beat them back just to sort of keep the pressure off our chickens. And it works. It's tried and true. It works, guys. Well, there it is, guys. We got a double. Bacon grease and dog food works. I know I'm gonna probably get some comments about this hurts your feelings and all that, but look, guys, y'all subscribe to my channel to see what we do on the farm. We try not to hide anything. This is what we do on the farm. I'm not going to do a lot of trapping videos. I may, if we catch something odd, I may show y'all, but this is what we do in the fall and the winter. I just find that it's a great tool to have on the homestead to help save our birds, especially now that we're in the quail. We just have a whole lot more birds to protect. And if one of these little jokers get in your pen, your birds are gone. So think about getting some traps. I'll wrap this up. These little cage traps are super efficient, super cheap. You can get them at Tractor Supply. I think they have a 2-pack for like 20 bucks, something like that. I hadn't checked on Amazon, but I'm sure they're on Amazon. Have a Heart, I think, it's the company that makes them. But they have a ton of different other traps you can get. I'd like to show you guys another trap we just got. They're called a dog-proof trap. I'm not sure if any of y'all have heard of that, but they're great traps. You don't have to worry about catching a cat or a dog. They're basically made to catch possums and raccoons. Maybe I'll do a video on that here pretty soon. But guys, we are firm believers in trapping. It works. That's a lot of chickens I just saved. I appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel. Do me a favor, if you like this video, hit the like button, share it with a friend, especially if they have birds. Just tell them you don't have to have a lot of death in your flock. Get some traps. Share this with a friend. Subscribe to my channel. All that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. We'll see y'all on the next video.